Over the course of just 8 days, Morgan Wallen found himself at the center of one controversy after another. Social media was flooded with clips of unexpected moments during his concerts, and many fans quickly assumed they knew exactly what was happening behind the scenes. It all started during a sold-out concert in Denver. As Morgan walked on stage to perform one of his biggest hits, "Sand in My Boots," everything appeared normal. Sitting behind the piano, he began singing as thousands of fans joined in. But only moments into the performance, something felt off. Morgan repeatedly looked down at the keyboard with a frustrated expression. He appeared unable to hear what he was playing through his in-ear monitors. Instead of stopping the performance completely, he stood up, stepped away from the piano, and finished the song using only his voice. The audience applauded, believing it was simply part of the performance. Then, in a surprising moment, Morgan walked back to the piano and pushed it over. The crowd reacted instantly, and within minutes, videos of the incident spread across social media. However, many people didn't realize an important detail. The instrument wasn't actually a traditional grand piano. It was a lightweight stage prop built around an electronic keyboard. According to Morgan's team, a technical problem prevented him from hearing the instrument through his monitors, making it nearly impossible to perform properly. Several fans who attended the concert later commented that the sound quality had been inconsistent throughout the evening, suggesting the issue affected more than just Morgan himself. Just as people were beginning to debate the Denver incident, another video quickly took over the internet. A week later in Pittsburgh, a fan standing near the front of the stage hoped to get a quick selfie with Morgan. She handed her phone to a nearby security guard, expecting him to pass it up to the singer. The guard smiled and held the phone toward Morgan as he walked by. Morgan looked at the phone, paused for a moment, then unexpectedly grabbed it and tossed it back into the crowd. The security guard never even realized what had happened until the fan turned around in confusion. Within hours, the clip had gone viral across every major social media platform. People criticized Morgan's behavior, calling it disrespectful and unnecessary. Even some longtime fans questioned why he reacted the way he did. Before the online discussion could settle down, another headline appeared. The very next day, Morgan announced that his second Pittsburgh concert had been canceled. Fans had already traveled from different states. Thousands were parked outside the stadium, enjoying the afternoon under clear skies. When the cancellation notice cited severe weather concerns, many people were confused. By concert time, the rain had already passed, leaving dry roads and blue skies. To many disappointed fans, it looked as though the concert had been canceled for no reason. Very quickly, social media created its own story. People connected the phone incident, the piano moment, and the canceled show into one narrative. Many assumed Morgan was simply frustrated, losing patience, or unwilling to perform. The criticism spread faster than any official explanation. As speculation continued growing online, Morgan Wallen realized he needed to respond directly. As criticism continued to grow, Morgan Wallen decided it was time to tell his side of the story. Instead of ignoring the backlash, he recorded a short video explaining exactly what had happened. According to Morgan, his team met with him on the morning of the Pittsburgh concert after consulting local officials and weather experts. They warned him that strong winds were expected later in the day and recommended canceling the show. At first, Morgan questioned the decision, but after hearing the safety concerns, he chose to trust the professionals around him. He explained that his massive concert stage isn't like an ordinary setup. It includes huge lighting rigs, towering speakers, giant video screens, and heavy equipment suspended high above the audience. If dangerous winds hit while thousands of people were inside the stadium, the consequences could be devastating. Morgan emphasized that fan safety always comes first, even when canceling a show disappoints everyone involved. He also addressed the rumors spreading online. He said many stories circulating on social media were simply false and didn't reflect what had actually happened. While he understood why fans were upset, he wanted people to know that the decision wasn't made because he didn't feel like performing. In reality, severe storms had passed through parts of the Pittsburgh area earlier that day, causing power outages and damage in several neighborhoods. From a safety perspective, organizers believed canceling was the responsible decision. When you look at the entire week, it's easy to understand why emotions ran so high. First came the Denver concert, where Morgan pushed over a stage piano after experiencing technical audio problems that prevented him from hearing himself perform. Then came the viral Pittsburgh phone incident, where a fan's phone was unexpectedly thrown back into the crowd. Finally, less than 24 hours later, thousands of disappointed fans learned their concert had been canceled. Each event happened for different reasons, but online they became one single story. Ironically, Morgan's tour is called "I'm the Problem," and many critics began using that title against him. Some argued that the recent incident showed a pattern of poor behavior, while others defended him, believing that the internet had rushed to judge before hearing all the facts. Despite the backlash, Morgan Wallen remains one of the biggest names in country music. His concerts continue to sell out, his songs dominate streaming platforms, and millions of fans still support him around the world. This entire situation is also a reminder of how powerful social media has become. A few seconds of video can spread across the internet in minutes, but those clips rarely show the complete story. Context often disappears, and public opinion forms long before every fact is known. Whether you agree with Morgan's explanations or not, one thing is certain: this was one of the most talked about weeks of his career. It sparked debates among fans, generated headlines across entertainment media, and once again placed Morgan Wallen at the center of the conversation. Now the question is in the hands of the fans. Were these simply unfortunate incidents that happened one after another, or do they reveal something more about Morgan Wallen himself? Only time will answer that question. Until then, the debate continues, and Morgan Wallen remains one of country music's most watched and most talked about artists. As the criticism continued to spread across social media, Morgan Wallen decided it was time to respond personally. Instead of staying silent, he recorded a video explaining what had really happened behind the scenes. Morgan said that on the morning of his second Pittsburgh concert, members of his management team came to his tour bus after speaking with local weather experts and local officials. They informed him that dangerous wind conditions were expected later that day and advised that the concert should be canceled for safety reasons. At first, Morgan questioned the decision. Like the fans, he wanted the show to go ahead. But after hearing the full explanation, he trusted the people responsible for monitoring the situation. He explained that his concert stage isn't just a simple platform. It includes massive lighting systems, giant LED screens, heavy speakers, steel structures, and equipment hanging high above the crowd. If powerful winds struck while thousands of people were inside the stadium, the consequences could be disastrous. Morgan emphasized that no concert is worth risking lives. Even though canceling the show disappointed thousands of fans, protecting everyone at the venue had to be the first priority. He also responded to the growing rumors circulating online. According to Morgan, many of the stories people were sharing simply weren't true. He felt that social media had created its own version of events before hearing his side. Reports later confirmed that severe storms had moved through parts of the Pittsburgh area earlier that day, leaving thousands of homes without electricity. Although the skies were clear by the evening, the cancellation decision had been made hours earlier using the weather forecasts available at that time. From Morgan's point of view, he made the safest decision possible. But from the perspective of fans standing outside under blue skies, it looked like there had been no reason to cancel at all.